Ontario goes to the polls on June 2nd. It's only a few short days away. Jo Langham from Elections Ontario visits the source from Toronto. What has the turnout been like at the advance polls so far this election?
We're seeing steady turnout. We do understand that some people this year don't necessarily want to vote on election day and meet all their neighbors and friends. So we're seeing a steady turnout at advance polls.
Are people a little afraid of the big crowds on election day?
Some people in communities across Ontario are still facing, severe COVID challenges. We're a province where typically we all vote on election day. Some people are going, I don't want to be, mixing with people. I don't know if they're, being safe or not. And so maybe I'll take advantage of the advance polls.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was no online voting for this election. Am I correct?
You are absolutely correct. I know that's somewhat different from federal and municipal, but no, we haven't at this time identified a viable method of we call it network voting, that meets our criteria because, it has to be fair, secure, and accessible for everybody. And we just haven't found something that protects that integrity or security at this point.
Was there any kind of mail-in option for people?
Absolutely. You can still apply online on our website, elections.on.ca, to vote by mail. You have until the 27th of May to submit your application. And then you have until June the 2nd at 6 p.m. to return your completed ballot to us. And in the kit that you will get once you've applied, there is a reply paid envelope in that for you to get that back to us. I'd encourage anyone who does want to vote by mail, don't wait till the 27th, apply today.
What is the job of a returning officer like here in Niagara or in any other community?
The returning officer has a huge role to play for Elections Ontario, starting a while back from the election when they have to review potential voting locations and submit those all to us. And we then post those to our website and ask the public and accessibility groups, are these good? And then we, take their feedback and work with the returning officer either on things like remediation of a location or in terms of finding a new location. So their job starts way back. They're also then responsible for making sure that all the processes at advance polls go well, hiring staff to work the advance polls, hiring staff up for election day, and then finally submitting the results back to us, once the polls close. So it's a big job.
There used to be, I guess, a rule, I don't know if it was a law, but signs were supposed to come off of your lawn on election day, not to influence people. I also understood that billboards could have been a problem, billboards near a polling station, for instance.
Certainly, we don't allow political advertising of any kind inside our voting location. If the sign is on private property, that's okay, as long as that private property isn't right up against the voting location.
On the night of the election, how fast after the polls close do you think the results will be tabulated this year?
Pretty quick, just like in 2018. About 90% of voters in Ontario are going to be voting or casting their ballot in what we call a vote tabulator, which is a machine which literally counts as the vote goes in, the votes for each candidate. So those vote tabulators will automate that ballot count after the close of polls. And we expect that results will be in, shortly after the close of polls.